Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Big Monday and to Brandon High School and to Links Competition Gym for AA Boys High School Basketball. To honor America this evening, please stand. Remove your hat and place your right hand over your heart. Playing our national anthem this evening will be the Brandon Valley High School Pep Band under the direction of Student Director Lauren Scarborough. All veterans and outer uniform military personnel may salute the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. AA Boys basketball game that features our guests this evening, the Rough Riders from Sioux Falls Roosevelt High School against our Brandon Valley Links. Let's meet the Brandon Valley cheerleaders, Sydney Hayes, Haley Harvey, Ashley Hoff, Keely Keelman, Madison Notes, Brittany Ryder, Lauren Ruhlman, and Ashton Swift. Their coaches are Naomi Coffey and County Road. Ball girls this evening, Gracie Salter and Olivia Paget. Here are your starting lineups for both teams introduced alternately. At run forward for the Rough Riders, number 23, a 6'5" senior, Tucker West. At run forward for the Lakes, number 2, a 6'3" senior, Carter Olthoff. And down forward for Sioux Falls Roosevelt, number 13, 6'3" senior, Carson Devericks. And down forward for Brandon Valley, number 24, a 6'3" senior, Evan Talcott. At center for the Rough Riders, number 21, a 6'7" senior, Aiden Evans. At center for the Lakes, number 32, a 6'7" senior, Alex Teachin. And one guard from Roosevelt, number 2, a 5'10" sophomore, Tucker Lard. And one guard for the Lakes, number 34, a 6'2" sophomore, Jackson Hampton. And the other guard for the Rough Riders, number 3, a 6' sophomore, Tyler Feldkamp. And the other guard for Brandon Valley, number 4, a 6' senior, Nate Keegan. The Rough Riders are coached by Mr. Vincent Begeman, assisted by Luke Hanneman, Dan Jansen, Chris Buckmiller, Trey Walker, and Zach Fitzroy. The Lakes are coached by Brett Decker, assisted by Tim Silliams and Jeff Glasgow, Mike Putnam, and volunteer assistant Darian Smith. Bench officials are John Garrow, Luke Blanker, and Jim Ricketts Jr.
been tipped. Tejan with the offensive rebound. That one is short. Fought for, out of bounds. And the referees are going to talk about it.
It's going to be a hard-fought battle. Both these teams need. It's never really a must-win, but they need it. They need the win. It's not a must-win, but they need it. You know, there's a little bit of difference there, maybe.
It looks like the Lynx are going to retain possession. That one went off a Rough Rider. And Hilton so far is being guarded by Feldkamp. Talcott, mid-range jumper, gets it off the backboard and in. Quick start, as you said, Ken, for Talcott. There's Tucker Large. Kicks it out. They swing it back to Tucker, down the lane. Feed inside, nice feed, ball rejected. Offensive rebound, put back up and in by Tucker West. The 6'5" senior scores his first bucket.
He's becoming a force inside. We'll see what they do. Maybe jumping into a zone, making everything push outside a little bit.
Well, Feldkamp's a good defender, too, so Hilton's going to have his hands full. Keegan picked up his dribble. It's Hilton. Almost had his pocket picked. Althoff there to save it. 5 on the shot clock. Althoff for Hilton. Wide open 3. A little strong. Tejan fighting for it, but West pulls down the board. Devricks thought about the 3. Now he's going to drive and kick out to West. Inside to Evans. There's a 3 by West. Long. And that will go out of bounds. Lynx basketball.
I like the defense. The ball isn't dropping on the outside shot for Roosevelt. I truly believe that they're going to try to continue to force it inside to number 21, which I would do too. He looks like somewhat of a force inside, and it'll be interesting to see what defensively that the Lynx jump into. I would jump into a zone quick.
Talcott is short on the 3. Large pulls it down. There is a jumper from West. Will not go, but a rebound pulled down by the guy that Ken was just talking about, Aiden Evans. Feldkamp kicks out. Barracks thought about it. Now he drives. Can't get the layup to go. Pulls down the rebound and puts it up and in. And Roosevelt has their first lead of the night. And it's the first time the Lynx have trailed here so far, and this is just their second game here at home. Talcott inside. Tejan couldn't get it to go, and that's going to be a foul against Brandon Valley. Tejan thought he was fouled.
And that's going to be the first foul of this ball game. It's been these refs, and I like this. And remember in football we talked about it too. Let the players play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're letting them play. There's a lot of banging going on out there, and I like that. Let the players control the game until the refs have to control the game to a point if it gets a little out of control.
Jackson Labrie checks in for the Lynx, as does Gavin Turhart. That's Devricks. Gets the screen. Feldkamp hasn't even had a shot attempt yet. Ball fought for. This is going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay Roosevelt possession, but nice hustle by Jackson Hilton.
I'm going to tell you, Jackson Hilton's as a sophomore, and Feldkamp's really good. That matchup tonight's huge. You might not see him score a ton, but you're going to see them battling for everything tonight. There's a reason that their best defender plays arguably, and Jackson's a sophomore again. He's really good. And we flip it, and Jackson is guarding Feldkamp. That's a massive, massive matchup tonight.
And they're going to be fighting each other for quite a long time because they're both sophomores. And you could see them guarding each other on the football field as a corner versus a receiver. Hilton with the jumper. That one was tipped, but into the hands of Turhart. Wild shot. Can't get it to go. Large gets it to Feldkamp for 3. Knocked away by Talcott. A smile on the face of Tyler Feldkamp.
Here's a little thing about Tyler Feldkamp. I coached him in the 8th grade and the national team. And sometimes if things aren't going right in the beginning of games, he'll get a little bit out of what he likes to do, and that's going to be huge going forward as he probably pulls up and makes it, and he doesn't.
Nope, no basket. Foul against Roosevelt. So he's been quiet so far. Go ahead,
and that's
Ken.
almost a forced shot by him. He wants to turn things around for himself. He's going to go to the bench. That's a good move by Roosevelt's coaching staff, because right now it's a little heated between him and Jackson.
Tucker West also leaving the game. And Joe Colbeck checked in for Carter Altoff. So without their best offensive weapon on the court, let's see if the Lynx can take advantage of it here, down 6-5. About 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Layup is no good by Talcott. Quickly up the court comes Devricks. Large thought about the three. Reverse layup is no good. Then the layup is no good as well by Aiden Evans. Hilton inside. Terhart. Nothing falling for either team in the last few minutes. Roosevelt looking to extend their lead. Large, guarded by Jackson Labrie. Just into the game, Michael Paulson has it stolen. Jackson Hilton down the lane, puts it up and in, and the Lynx have the lead again. He is quite the athlete, that Jackson Hilton. Large quickly had a quick 3-on-2. Great pass, wrong player, into the hands of Talcott.
I love the defense so far by the Lynx. They are just putting heavy pressure on they're putting heavy pressure on the basket. And what I mean by that is that offensively and defensively, they're going inside too. We know that Talcott hit that shot on the outside right away, but they're putting pressure on the basket, and they need to do that defensively, and that's what they did.
Tyler Feldkamp back into the game for Roosevelt. Brady Dannenbring, he is a junior center. He is in, as well as number 11, Patrick Neoshuti. Adam Kusler also in the game for Roosevelt. And Altoff did return. Colbeck in the lane, kicks it out for Talcott. The Lynx will start it over. Colbeck's been very good off the bench, puts up a three. Looked good from here, but it was just a little long. Good offensive rebound by Jackson Labrie. Talcott thought about it, and they're going to call a foul. This might be against Dannenbring, as Terhark was pulled to the ground.
Terhark with great position. That's what you want from your center. You want him to kind of almost box him out a little bit to gain that position, and that's what he did.
And Terhark's got it now. Throws it up, puts it in. He has been very good off the bench. Him and Tejan, very similar style games. And it's nice to have a guy that's 6'7" that's effective, and then have a guy come off the bench just as effective as 6'8". Feldkamp wanted it, finally gets it a little later than expected. Another jumper, no good. Rebound was pulled down by Colbeck. Altoff for three. Fought for. And it's into the hands of Roosevelt. Neoshuti kicks it. Feldkamp looking for his first points, and he's got him there. Gives a look to the Brandon Valley student section as he does it. And let the fun begin.
You just don't want to let him open shots. You just can't give him it. You can see it. You just can't give him it.
Terhart gives it to Talcott. Gets the screen. Drives. A lot of contact, no call. Good defense by Feldkamp. Layup is good by Michael Paulson for Roosevelt, and the Rough Riders now lead at 11-9.
What a battle we have going on with 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. Roosevelt, as you can see on your screen, up by 2.
Nice feed to Talcott from Turhark, and that is how our quarter will end, tied at 11. There will be no blowout today. This one looks like it is going to be tight all the way. The Harry Buck team at Hague Realtors are the people to call in the Brandon Valley area for all your real estate needs. Call Harry at 605-366-0221 or just go to harrybuck.com to learn more about available properties in our area. Harry and his partners, Miriam Hackler and Susan Anderson, are your hometown team of real estate professionals. Alliance Communication is the leading internet, cable, TV, and phone provider in the Brandon Valley area. Alliance customers have access to 100% fiber to the home, which puts them light years ahead of most households throughout the country. We are proud sponsors of Lynx TV.
The First National Bank of Brandon and our student checking account is perfect for those 25 and younger. It provides convenient access to tools like e-alerts and mobile banking while on the go. We are proud supporters of all things Brandon, including the new baseball complex, the First National Bank Field at Aspen Park. The Pizza Ranch of Brandon are proud supporters of the Brandon Valley activities and the finest pizza in town. Bring the family for our buffet before the game or order our delicious boasted chicken or pizza after the game. Give us a call at 605-582-6322, and we will deliver to your doorstep, tailgater, or wherever you are in town. Go Lynx.
11-11. Talcott leads scorers right now with 7 points, 7 of the 11 for Brandon Valley. Lynx going with Keegan, Altoff, Colbeck, Hilton, and Tejan back on the court in for Turhark. Altoff hits the jumper. Lynx retake the lead.
He just have a pretty shot, doesn't he? Just the elevation is just super.
Very graceful.
Yeah, it's really, really formed well.
Layup is no good by Dannenbring. Rebound pulled down by Jackson Hilton. He'll take the ball up the court. No Evan Talcott in the game right now. Altoff's 3 is no good. Neo Schutte pulls down the rebound. He's not giving it up yet. Finally does to Feldkamp. Drives, layup, good. So Feldkamp started slow, and he's got 5 quick points here. And we are tied at 13. I think that might be a testament to the remainder of the game. This one looks like it's going to be a tight one. Altoff throws it up, gets it to go. So with Talcott off the floor, Altoff now has 2 quick buckets for Brandon Valley.
2 of the best receivers in the state last year going at bucket for bucket there. That's amazing.
3 from the wing for Aiden Evans is good. Roosevelt now leads 16-15. Now here we go, Ken. We're starting to heat up a little bit here. It's been a fast-paced game, but in the first quarter, the buckets just weren't quite falling for either team. Nice feed from Tejan, but just a little too tall for Nate Keegan. Talcott will return to the game.
Almost Brandon Valley needs to settle down a little bit and get into a motion offense that they like to do. A lot of motioning and in and out, getting the ball inside, seeing the look, and popping open those threes, because what they're going to do is they'll collapse on either Carter Altoff inside or Tejan inside. They'll collapse on it, and that's a beautiful way to just get it kicked out and hit a 3.
Neo Schutte running the point for Roosevelt. Evans inside, jumper no good, pulled down by Tejan. Gets it to Talcott. Leading scorer along with Evans for Roosevelt at 7 points. Both of them have 7. A little bit of contact against him, and an alley-oop! Second time in the last 2 games. Altoff slams it home from a feed from Talcott, and the Lynx have a 17-16 lead. Holy cow. Steal Jackson Hilton down the lane.
Intentional.
He is fouled. Intentional foul
Yeah, they're
coming
gonna
up
call it.
as Neo Schutte fouls Jackson Hilton. So the Lynx will get 2 shots and the ball. Oh, man.
Wow, what a turn of events. A big, big dunk on an alley-oop. That was a great find, and Althoff got up in there. I mean, his vertical's got to be around 40 at least. But coming back, Jackson Hilton with his second steal goes in, and boom. It was
Didn't see it
intentional.
coming.
You could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, but I like the composure that Brandon Valley's doing right now. Is they're being composed on the sideline, because that can heat it even more. That can really fire that boiling point up, and you don't want to see some, bad things happen on the court that we shouldn't see.
No, it was a hard foul. There's no doubt about that, and it looked somewhat intentional, but
Well, it's
there's a difference between fouling somebody intentionally and an intentional foul, and that seemed intentional foul
it
territory.
was pretty intentional.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they go flagrant 1, flagrant 2. I don't know how that works in high school, but it's going to be intentional, and sometimes kids can get kicked out of the game for that. And
I don't know about that.
well,
I mean, no, they
we've
can.
seen
They
it.
can, but I don't think that's going to happen. Actually, Neo Schutte, number 11, Patrick Neo Schutte for Roosevelt, just went over and talked to Hilton. So
Right.
no love lost. Just 2 guys playing ball.
Keep your composure. That's going to be the main thing in this game. Is we talked about it's going to be a tough battle. We can already see it. It's just tough. It's a grind. Defensively, it's a big grind, and we can see that in a little bit of frustration.
So Hilton will shoot the free throws here. That's Neo Schutte's first foul. And the first free throw up and good. Brandon Community Foundation is a permanent charitable endowment that supports activities that improve the quality of life for all ages in Brandon and Valley Springs. For more information, go to our website at brandoncf.org. Go Lynx. And there was actually a technical foul called on Carter Althoff as well.
And that's why the coaching staff told the whole team to come over to the sideline, because Althoff, and as an athlete, being a former athlete yourself, sometimes you try to protect your guy.
Yep.
And you see a really, really hard foul. And I'm not saying Carter Althoff by any means should have committed a technical foul there, but sometimes it shows your cohesiveness of your team. Mm-hmm. It really does, because you stick up for each other.
Yep. And I didn't see that part. We are kind of blocked by the backboard here. Feldkamp jumper, got it. They're bruising down underneath. Feldkamp and Jackson Hilton. Keep an eye on it. As the Rough Riders now lead it by 2.
This is one of those games where they're going to feel it in 2 days from now.
Oh, yeah.
Both teams. They're going to be really sore, because this is a battle.
Nice pump fake from Jackson Hilton. He drives with the right hand. And we are tied at 20. Feldkamp for 3. Yes! He is heating up. 9 for him. And it's 23-20 Rough Riders. Keegan finally gives it up for Althoff. And it's going to be a foul as he was driving against Adam Kusler. Midway through the second quarter.
And both these teams have a lot of size. I mean, I'm not just talking height. I'm talking, you can see that they've been in the weight room a lot. And I know they're both coming off a football season where it's all weight room a ton. And but you can really see it in both these squads.
This ain't your grandpa's South Dakota high school basketball, that's for sure.
No, it's definitely not in the barn.
Telcott, nowhere to go. Hilton for three. He answers. Hilton from downtown. He's got 8 points. Double team coming. Kick out for Kusler. Feldkamp can't get that one to go. Telcott with the rebound. A heat check for him. And that was on the ground. They're going to call it on the ground, a foul. That will be the 5th team foul for Roosevelt. Both teams have, well, actually, Lynx have just 2 team fouls.
And I'm sure Althoff wants that continuation of that shot. It was really close. He was really close. But
I was going to say, it could have gone either way.
Right.
Terhardt back in for the Lynx. Hilton got it. Feldkamp tipped it, went right back to Hilton. Feldkamp was out of position, and Hilton hits the three. He's in double figures with 11 here in this first quarter, or excuse me, the first half.
The battle of the sophomores right now, and that's what you're getting.
Feldkamp jumper is good.
Boy.
He's now got 11 points. Telcott needs some space. Foul on the feed inside for Terhardt. Aiden Evans is going to get called here.
I'm going to tell you, folks, in South Dakota basketball, this sophomore class, and you're seeing 2 of the best sophomores in the state. I would say sophomores are probably 2 and 3, and we know what Matthew Moores is from Yankton. But the sophomore class is pretty special in the state of South Dakota.
No doubt.
In 11 AAA.
And it's especially good here for the Lynx, who have a lot of talent in several sports in the sophomore class. Layup no good by Althoff. Lots of contact, no call. Good no call. Feldkamp drives. Rejected by Terhardt. He gets it back. Kolbeck guarding him. And we've got a whistle here. And I don't think the shot clock restarted. Or the shot clock restarted and it wasn't supposed to.
So I don't know how much the refs get paid in this game, Kyle. But
as a baseball umpire, I can say it's not a lot.
But they're earning their money tonight because it's very, very physical. I mean, it's super physical. You see every drive is being super contested. There's a lot of bumping going on. It's a great battle.
So they put 25 seconds on the shot clock. Tyler Large, mismatch, and he takes advantage of it. Terhardt, the 6'8" center, against the 5'10" guard, and Large takes him to school. Roosevelt leads 27-26. Kolbeck fouled down the lane, and he will go to the line.
Kolbeck slides right into, what do they call that thing over there? I'm not a band major.
A drum?
Well, no, the stand. Is there a name for the stand?
Yeah, stand.
Okay, good. All right.
I don't know.
It looked like it hurt.
He's tough. He's just a kid.
He is. Tremendous football player, too.
Mm-hmm. Second free throw, no good. Terhardt gets it. And it is rejected, goes out of bounds. It'll be Lynx ball with 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Jackson Hilton back in. Althoff's going to take a well-deserved rest.
I really like how Terhardt's playing. We talked about it last game. He can be a massive presence going down the stretch here. And this game so far, he's a massive presence.
Hilton's three was a little short. Rebound pulled down by Devricks. Jackson Labrie also checked into the basketball game in the last whistle. And Kolbeck is going to get a reaching foul here.
Another good crowd.
Very
both
good.
sides. Roosevelt did bring some fans too, as they're a hop, skip, and jump away from Brandon here. But a big matchup in 11 AA tonight.
boys from the west side, Roosevelt High School. Layup no good. Rebound rejected by Terhart. Deverick's got his own rebound, and he was swatted. Hilton wanted a screen. Now they get it to Talcott. Good cut to the basket by Talcott, but Terhart couldn't get it home. Colbeck tries to throw it up there, no good. And a layup is good by Feldkamp.
Boy, that was speed at its finest. That was up and down the court.
Imagine that going down the sidelines. Trying to guard that in a football game. Labrie gives it to Talcott. Hilton. Now to Colbeck. Talcott a long three. He's just short. Terhart pulls down the rebound. Labrie fights for it, but it's taken away. Paulson knocked it away.
You could tell Terhart didn't want to pass. You could see him, oh no, when he threw that. But that's I want my big guy to make them hustle plays, even though it was a turnover.
Deverick gets it to Paulson. Paulson layups no good. They got to hurry up. Feldkamp steals it away, puts up the three. It will not go, and that is how our first half will end as Feldkamp sprints into the locker room. So your score at halftime, Roosevelt leads 29-27 in a very, very fast-paced first half against Roosevelt.
The Brandon Valley Journal is your local news source covering all 11 Brandon Valley sports every week with stories and photos. You can get all the local news in print and online. If you haven't already subscribed, do it today by calling 605-582-9999. The Brandon Taco John's, sign up for the Taco John's Rewards app on your phone for lots of deals and surprises. We have new and exciting products to choose from, and it's always made fresh just for you. All of us at Taco John's want to thank you for your business. Go Lynx.
Steve Tripp and the team at McKinney Olson Insurance is a proud supporter of Lynx TV. We are your longtime local insurance agency, and we will go the extra mile to gain your trust and give you peace of mind that we have you covered. The Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce is a proud sponsor of Lynx TV. The Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to help speak for and support local businesses. Strong local business community is vital for the positive growth of the Brandon Valley area. So remember, when you buy Brandon, you support all things local. Go Lynx. Schoeneman Construction specializes in residential and commercial construction, serving the Brandon Valley area for 40 years. They truly are builders of reputation. Give Stan a call, 605-366-7842 for all your construction needs.
The Brandon Valley Athletic Boosters Club are proud supporters of all Brandon Valley athletic programs. We would like to thank our anchor sponsors, Sanford Health, Avera Health, and Service First Credit Union. Thank you, sponsors, and we have a special guest coming up here is the Booster Club. One of their heads of the Booster Club will be talking here with Kyle in just a few seconds.
All right, thanks very much, Ken. And on Friday, we had Jill Meyer of the Brandon Valley Journal up here. This time it's Steve Colbeck of the Brandon Valley Booster Club. And Steve, I was just told that we got some breaking news. We got a huge thing coming up for the Booster Club.
We do. We're very excited about it. Last month, we actually got a commitment from Sanford Health that we will be able to make a down payment, and we're going to build a new display scoreboard out at the football. Actually, the Brandon Valley Athletic Complex out there. So now that we have the new turf, it should be up before the state tournament, the state track, when we host the state track meet. So we're very excited about that.
That is unbelievable. So that is it going to be a whole new scoreboard, everything like that, or just a video board on top of that thing? Because I don't think that will support it, because that thing is dinky.
No, it will be the display board will actually be the new scoreboard. So it will be about the size of Howard Woods. We will have full video, and we'll have Brandon Valley Lakes on top, Sanford Health. We'll have our advertisement, and then it's a great timing on your part, because we will be selling 6 spots on the bottom of the new display board. And we're going to have that meeting on January 24th. We'll be selling those spots, signing contracts. So if anybody's interested in advertising out there, there'll be lit signs 24/7, or not 24/7, but they'll be up in an exterior sign that'll have a backlight on it.
Yeah, that's just amazing. So if you're interested in advertising for them, there's 6 spots available. Where can they go to sign up for that?
Actually, if they want to contact us early, we'll be inviting all of our corporate Booster Club members already. We'll be sending them a letter and an email. And then if they want to talk to us early, they can sure talk to Randy Marceau, and he can get them in touch with me or any other executive board member.
You know, I generally don't like to make things about me. That's really not my style, as you and Joe know. But that's going to be great for us because I'm not paying attention half the time. I'm broadcasting the basketball and football games. So this will be good to have a little instant replay on there or something like that. So that is just great. How can people get involved with the Booster Club?
Well, you know, they can contact Randy Marceau. He is actually, and he's not a part of it, but he is involved with it, and he has all the information. Brandon Valley Booster Club does have a website. Otherwise, you can just call the high school. They'd be glad to give you the information. We'll take anybody. Our goal is not to actually help athletics. It's to create better kids and create a better environment for all of the kids to go to high school. So this new video board is going to bring more opportunity for kids who aren't involved in athletics. Maybe they don't play football. Maybe they can run the camera. They can get involved with the video board, all kinds of stuff, just like Lynx TV does.
Yeah.
And the people who are operating the camera, those kids are involved. And it just makes a better experience for everybody.
Yep, and I did some camera work for the big screen at South Dakota State, and I got to tell you, it's work. Camera can be heavy, but you know what? It is a lot of fun. You get a courtside seat, you get a field side seat for it. So that is just great. Anything else big going on with the Booster Club in the next little while?
Well, we've got that coming up, and then we just want to remind folks that the money that we do raise actually goes right back in every year. So we have a thing called a wish list, and we spend tens of thousands of dollars every year. We're very conservative with our money, and we've saved a long time for this project, so that's why I'm excited about it. It's been years in the making, and it's going to be a new experience for everyone, and we'll create better fans and just have a better experience out there.
Yeah, and with all due respect, because I've been going to Brandon Valley for a long time, and you know, some say I probably should have went longer than 4 years, according to some of my grades. But yeah, that high school football field really needed a makeover, and you got the turf now. And now we got the scoreboard. That is just great. Steve, thanks for all you do. We really appreciate it. And, yeah, so looking forward to that. And obviously the wish list. So if you want to get involved, contact Randy Marceau.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Steve, very much. That's Steve Kolbeck of the Brandon Valley Booster Club with the exciting news that the new scoreboard and video board will be up for, well, before the track season starts, at least before the state track meet. So very excited about that. New football turf and now the new scoreboard. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the second half. Welcome back to Brandon Valley Lynx basketball right here on Lynx TV and Alliance Channel 226. Kyle Roki, Ken McCune back with you. What a first half we had there, Ken. First quarter was, there were some splashes every once in a while, a little sloppy, and then second quarter, Tyler Feldkamp versus Jackson Hilton really exploded.
It did, and Feldkamp right now leads Roosevelt with 13 points, and Jackson Hilton has 11. And we are talking about some sophomores. I know we're pinning a lot on them. What I'd like to see, and Carter Altoff's done a good job tonight, but Evan Telcott really has got to, we know he can shoot outside, but I would like to see him take it to the basket a little bit more and draw fouls.
So the third quarter is underway. Roosevelt has the ball here. A wild shot underneath the basket is no good, and the Lynx will look to tie this game, but they are not going to get an opportunity because Evan Telcott traveled, and Roosevelt will get the ball back.
And Evans really got to take it upon himself in this game. He's a senior. He's been a scoring leader, I believe, for the last couple of years for Brandon Valley. He's really got to take that grasp on these type of games and really take it under control.
Both teams back with their starters on the court. Jackson Hilton with the steal. Inside to Tejan. Tried to hand it off to Telcott, but it's another turnover. Feldkamp couldn't quite handle it. Gets it now. Guarded by Keegan. He's going to drive. Underneath the basket. Wild shot won't go. Ball fought for. Tejan pulls it down. Good defense
different
by Keegan.
Yeah, they have Keegan now matched up on Feldkamp. That's a little bit different, maybe to save Hilton a little bit on the offensive side.
Good hustle by Tejan, but that one is out of bounds. And Roosevelt will get the basketball. Just underway here. Nobody scored in the first minute of the second half. It's been tight all the way. I don't think any team's led by more than 3 or 4. Almost basket for basket. Keegan for Telcott. Finds some space. Puts up a 3. Short. Looked like he was out of bounds. Finally, the referees call it on a delay.
And I
didn't look like there was any doubt from here.
I believe Carter got away with a little bit of push there.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we'll tell it to you. Really, we're definitely Lynx all the way, but a little bit of push. But he got away with it, and that's okay.
Hilton's got it. Gets it to Keegan. They'll reset the offense. And we're going to have a foul against Tucker Large here underneath the basket, who was guarding Altoff. Lots of pushing going on underneath there.
They're going to start. It looks like the refs maybe at halftime said, we got to control this game a little bit. It got a little out of hand. I don't want them to tighten up on the calls. I want them to be still let them be physical. And we'll see how that works out.
Altoff drives, finds a way. He just threw it up there and got the bounce. 29-29. We are all tied up. Devricks. It's it inside. Nice jumper. Will not go for Aiden Evans. Here come the Lynx. Looking to take the lead for the first time in the second half. Altoff again. Can't get it to go. Telcott travels again. And that's not a spot you want to pick up your dribble.
I just said that the refs were tightening up a little bit on the calls. No, I guess not.
No.
They are letting them play.
Feldkamp gets the handoff. Puts up the jumper. Will not go. Evans pulls it down. Tucker West swings it. Layup and the foul. Nice play by Devricks.
Their guard play is really, really good. Roosevelt's. We talked about how West, I believe it's West, right? Number 21. Evans. Aiden Evans started out real hot. Remember, he had 2 buckets inside, and then he hit that 3 later in the second quarter. He stepped out and hit that 3, but he's been quiet. ever since then, so we'll see what happens there also. It could be Tierhark's. I mean, Tierhark's really come in. He's in the game now for Brandon Valley. He's really been a defensive presence with about 3 blocks tonight already.
And he is only a junior. Along with Alex Tejan, the senior. Another errant pass stolen away by Roosevelt. Up by 2, trying to lengthen the lead. Feldkamp. There's a 3, long. Hits the top of the backboard. And the Lynx will get the ball back, down by 2.
I really like how Gavin Tierhark's playing, number 40. He's 6'8", like Kyle said earlier. His wingspan's got to put him at, the wingspan's real big for him, and that's a defensive presence that they need.
Turnover, and then another turnover. Keegan inside Tierhark, gets it to go, and the foul. Crazy series of events as Talcott turns it over. Then Keegan gets the steal. Nice feed from Keegan to Tierhark.
Tierhark, it doesn't look like he has a little bit of, it doesn't look, if you look at him, folks, it doesn't look like he has a lot of attitude. But he's bringing that attitude tonight, especially on the defensive end, and he's being rewarded right now by his point guard. That's a beautiful pass and a great finish.
Free throw no good, tied at 31. We said it in the first quarter. We felt this one was going down to the wire. I don't think there's any doubt about it now. 3 is good. Aiden Evans from downtown, his 10th point. He's now in double figures. Here comes the press. They break it. Hilton going to go all the way himself. Easy.
One thing you didn't see about that, because most of you, and even I as a fan, would have looked at Jackson Hilton there on the layup, but Tierhark really made a great clear out for him.
He did.
To clear him out for that layup.
Almost a box out, and now a turnover.
I'm becoming a huge fan of Gavin Tierhark tonight.
Oh, yeah.
A huge fan. He's really making a huge difference in this game.
Jackson Labrie and Joel Kolbeck. His father, Steve, we just had up here. Paulson waiting for Roosevelt to check in as well. Tierhark against Evans. Tierhark throws it up, gets it to go. He's now got 6 points. Here comes Feldkamp down the lane. Knocked away. He was rejected. They're saying referee said hands up. Beautiful defensive play. Althoff with it. Jumper. Got it.
Boy, and it's all off Gavin Tierhark. He makes that quick jumper of a hook down here, and he gets back down the court. I mean, quick for a big guy.
Yeah.
And he makes a block on Feldkamp. What do you say?
How about it?
Man. The Lynx TV sponsors are the Harry Buck team at Hague Realtors, Alliance Communications, the First National Bank of Brandon, the Pizza Ranch of Brandon, the Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, Brandon Taco John's, McKinney Olson Insurance, Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, Schoeneman Construction, and the Brandon Valley Athletics Boosters Club. Thank you all.
And yep, go ahead, Ken.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that, by the way, that the Booster Club, if you weren't listening at halftime, will be getting a new scoreboard at the Brandon Valley High School football field. Much needed. It'll have a video board on it as well, about the size of Howard Wood Field, they said. So that should be exciting. Thanks again to Steve Kolbeck for talking to us about it. If you want to be a part of the Booster Club, you can contact Randy Marceau. A little push-off from Tucker Large. But like you said, they're letting them play. Feldkamp gets the screen. Kick out. A 3 from Large is very long, but it's tipped off Tierhark, and it will remain Roosevelt basketball.
This is a point in the game where if Brandon Valley's defense keeps it up like this, you're going to see some separation in that scoreboard. You're already seeing a 3-point lead. I know that's not big. It's one possession. But the defense is just playing outstanding.
Now a 3 to tie.
And I say that, and they tie.
Adam Kusler from downtown. That's his first bucket of the night, in fact. And we're tied at 37. Labrie for three. In and out.
It's going to be over the back on 21.
Yep, good call.
As Terhardt, again, with great position. The only way you get an over in the back called against the player that's behind you is you have great position. And that's what happened.
Evan Telcott checks back into the game. Brady Dannenbring, along with Patrick Neoshuti for Roosevelt. This thing hasn't been separated by one possession, I don't believe, all game. Maybe at one point it was a 4-point game, but I don't remember. Telcott just tries to throw it up.
And one thing, if I'm the coaching staff, I tell Telcott to settle down. Don't force things. He wants to force things because he's starting to get out of his game a little bit.
Jumper was no good. Jackson Hilton tries to drive, and he does. Beautiful play. 15 for him. Feldkamp right back at it, and there's going to be a foul called here.
Boy, isn't this great basketball?
Oh, it's great.
I hope everyone at home and wherever you are, you can be watching it on YouTube also. I hope you're enjoying this because it's a great battle.
Jackson Hilton got whistled. Feldkamp thought about the three. Now he'll drive. Kick out. Paulson thought about it. Inside to Dannenbring. Feldkamp has it on the loose ball, and we're tied again. 18 for Feldkamp. (39-39), 2 minutes left in the third. Colbeck's going to reset things here. Telcott couldn't handle it. Nice play by Hilton. Terhardt, Labrie, short. And an errant pass by Feldkamp. He was out of bounds. Lynx get the basketball. It's been a little bit of a sloppy third quarter here.
It has, and the physicalness, I think it has played a part in it. Coming out of halftime, there's a lot of energy. And so we'll see what team really still settles down. And the one player that Brandon Valley really needs to settle down is Evan Telcott. He needs to just show that senior leadership out there. Don't force things. Let the offense come to itself.
Carson Deverick's back in. Feldkamp's going to take a seat, probably for the stretch run of the fourth quarter here. So let's see if the Lynx can take advantage with him on the bench. And another foul is going to be called against Roosevelt. And some of the players on the Roosevelt bench, including the coach, are starting to get a little restless. There was a lot of contact there, though. I mean, it's hard for them to see all the way across the court, but when you're standing behind the play like we are, jumper from Althoff is no good. Both teams have gone a little cold here. Roosevelt will try to change that as we're under a minute in the third quarter. Neoshuti swings it. Now Dannenbring tries to get it to go. Lid on the bucket on that one as well.
A lot of pushing going on by 50 and 40 underneath.
Carter Althoff trying to drive and gets it to go. I think Althoff wanted an and one, but the Lynx do have a 2-point lead. Shot clock is off. Neoshuti brings the ball up for Roosevelt. Down to 3, down to 2. Long three is no good. Looked good from here from Kusler. And the Lynx have a 2-point lead as we are headed to the fourth quarter of a very exciting Metro Conference matchup.
That 11 AA is really heating up tonight. It's a Monday night. You believe this feels like a Friday night, doesn't it?
I'm not going to work tomorrow.
Well, we want to talk about the wild game feed that we talk about every year that we have for the last couple of years. What's going to happen at the Brandon VFW on Saturday, February 2nd. The doors open at 5:30. It is the Ed Paulzine Cancer wild game feed. It's I believe, I don't know how many years it's been going on. I guess I could ask one of the founders here that's sitting by us. But it's truly a special event. We talk about it every single year of how special it is for the community. The community comes on board, goes down to the VFW, which is a good site for great food, wild game, and super great prizes that you can win. There's raffling, there's boards, there's all these things and there's a ton of things to win. But really, what it's truly for is to raise money for kids and families in the Brandon area and in Valley Springs, to give them back a little bit of the hardship that they go through when one of their family members gets the terrible disease and what we call cancer.
So that's February 2nd, starting at 5:30. We will mention it in the rest of our games. Thank you very much, Ken. Fourth quarter underway here. Althoff gets it to go again. That little floating layup has worked well, and the Lynx have their biggest lead of the night.
We talked about what senior's going to show up in this fourth quarter coming out, and Althoff at the end of the third, beginning of the fourth, has really shown up in the last 4 points.
Devricks guarded by Hilton. Kick out three. No good, and the Lynx can get some separation here with the bucket. They're up by 4 with 7 minutes to go in what has been an exciting game.
Really, the best defense is going to win out here in the fourth quarter. Let's see what team does it.
Keegan shimmies. Althoff kick out. Contact. Lots of contact. And Althoff's going to go to the free throw line. Lots of very physical rebounding going down there. Let's say that.
Yeah, and we know Carter Althoff built really well, but his elevation on his shot is tremendous too. And it was a pretty hard foul, to say the least, three-point line. And you never want to send a kid to the free throw line to shoot free throws, but he's 0 for 2.
0 for 2. Feldkamp back in. Aiden Evans back in. Dannenbring and Kusler are out for the Rough Riders. And goes 1 for 3. But it is a 5-point game. So Tucker Large has it. Kicks it out. And the layup is good by Devricks. Back to a one-possession game. Lynx got numbers. Keegan for Tejan. Hilton for 3. Yes, sir! Feldkamp couldn't get out there in time. Beautiful kick out by Tejan.
Boy, what a great shot. It was a quick release as Feldkamp closed, but he got the shot off, and bam, it found no rim, all net.
47-41 Lynx. Large kicks it. Offensive foul. Offensive foul on Large. Nice job by Nate Keegan to keep his feet set. He can do it all. Great defender, good ball handler, good distributor.
Yeah, the coaching staff for Roosevelt wants a push-off from Keegan. They're not going to get it.
Jackson Hilton can't get the layup to go. Roosevelt down by 6. They need a bucket. And they are going to get it. And a timeout by Roosevelt. 30-second timeout. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Harry Buck team at Hague Realtors, Alliance Communication, First National Bank, the Pizza Ranch of Brandon, the Brandon Community Foundation, Brandon Valley Journal, Brandon Taco John's, McKinney Olson Insurance, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, Schoeneman Construction, and the Brandon Valley Athletic Booster Club.
Thank you all. It's such a pleasure to be able to do this on a Monday evening for you. I know the weather's great outside, unseasonal January that we're having, and I'll take it all day.
Yeah. Little slushy, but
yeah. And we're proud we're able to bring this to you live, and it's all because of these sponsors that we tell you about every game of the girls' games, boys' games, volleyball games, football games. We tell you about them, and why don't you go ahead and thank them if you go into their businesses or have the pleasure of meeting one of them. They're truly why Lynx TV can do what we do.
Keegan trying to get it over half court. They got to hurry. Hilton can't handle it. That was darn near 10 seconds, so they had to hustle up.
4-point game.
Yeah. And Talcott's going to come back into the game here in the next whistle. Foul on Colbeck. It'll be Brandon's third team foul. Roosevelt has 6 team fouls. We know that free throw shooting has at times been suspect for the Lynx, but they are in the 1-1 in the bonus with their next foul against Roosevelt. Layup can't go, but a rebound put back up and in by Devricks. He's caught fire again. Keegan gets it across. Boy, they are just punishing him. Colbeck gets it to Hilton. Another 3. That one will not go. And Feldkamp is going to be fouled. And a technical foul is going to be called both on Colbeck and on Feldkamp. And they were both pushing and shoving. And things are starting to get a little chippy here.
As both these teams, and I'm gonna tell you, it goes all the way. It goes back to football. I know it. Colbeck and Feldkamp are both tremendous football players. One's a defensive back and one's a wide receiver. They've met each other. Maybe Feldkamp got tackled by him a couple times, whatever it is. But a lot of these, both these teams have some football players on it that remember each other from the football field. And a lot of that boils over into this. They know it's a crucial game also in the 11AA. And it's always a heated match, it seems like, between a Brandon team, okay, no matter what it is in sports, and you know this personally from going to high school and here in Brandon, is that it's always a heated, a little tick up in the notch when they play a Sioux Falls team.
Yeah, and I think that has to do, as a student, I could say, Brandon's kind of seen as the small town, not ready for primetime player, which, you know, could have been the case for a few years back, but according to the banners that I see coming around around the court right now, I think it's safe to say that the Brandon Valley Lynx are not that kind of team anymore, and maybe these bigger Sioux Falls schools don't like it too much.
I agree with you.
2-point game. Large against Keegan. There's a 3. Short. Rebound pulled down by Tejan. Talcott has it. Double team coming again. They get it to Altoff. Jackson Hilton was wide open underneath the basket, but probably a good idea.
Slow it down. Use the shot clock. You're up 2. Now you're up 5.
Or you can give it to Talcott, who hits the 3. Midway through the 4th. Lynx lead by 5. Talcott needed that, and so did the Lynx. Jump ball.
Possession Roosevelt.
Yep,
So they're
Roosevelt's possession.
They'll keep the ball.
And Terhart's going to come in for Tejan. And that was a good call. There was really no contact body to body. .351 to go. And a timeout by Roosevelt.
In a good timeout. I'll give it to their coaching staff. That's a good timeout because things are kind of spiraling out. Their offense, Kyle, there hasn't been a real good set offense from them. We talked about that in the pregame. They want to get up and down the court offensively, and that's what they've been doing. And so they want to use all their speed in the Feldkamp speed. We'll just call it that. But really, let's think about it. So he has 5 points in the second half in Tyler Feldkamp. He had 13, he's got 18 now. But it's been multiple kids for Brandon Valley. I know I think Hilton's ticking on probably 18 also.
Yeah.
But you've seen Terhart really come into play here, and Althoff. Althoff has done a lot of things too, but also Telcott with a big 3 here in the fourth quarter. And the student section was really loud.
Yeah. They're known for one thing, and that's they bring the noise, that's for sure. Roosevelt student section letting Brandon Valley fans know that they couldn't hear them, mostly because there was only one person talking.
And they're about to get loud again.
Yep. Roosevelt's ball down by 5 with 3:51 to go. Feldkamp, as you said, he had it. Just 5 points in this second half. But they're going to try and feed him, I'm sure. Inside. Now they kick it out. Jump shot is short. Keegan controls for the Lynx. And a reach-in foul against Roosevelt.
So team fouls with 8. The Rough Riders with 8. Brandon Valley with 5. It will send them to the free throw line, as both teams will be doing that. Well, Roosevelt won't do it quite yet.
5 team fouls for the Lynx. First free throw is good. Free throw here from Keegan would give the Lynx the largest lead of the night. And he did. 52-45, 3:27 to go. Roosevelt looking for their first win in the last 4 games. Brandon looking to continue their winning streak and go to 2-0 at home. There's a 3, short.
Going to be over the back.
And it's going to be an over-the-back call against Roosevelt. Roosevelt's coach might want to be careful here. The Lynx are headed back to the line, up by 7. We'll see who's going to shoot him here.
So that's going to be 4 fouls on Aiden Evans, the senior center for Roosevelt.
And they're going to keep him in. Althoff's free throw is no good. It's a 7-point game. Large. Feldkamp's 3 is no good. And the defender pulls down Althoff to the floor. Carson Devricks just yanked Althoff down, and they call it on him. That'll be a loose ball foul, which I believe means that Althoff is headed right back to the free throw line.
And
it looked like a full-on tackle.
I wonder if they're going to have to go to something on the shot clock if we're looking at the.
Well, the shot clock is now malfunctioned. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, as the coaches or the refs need to look at that.
Did they try turning it off and turning it back on again? Right now, I know you can't see it, but the game clock and the shot clock right on top of the baskets is malfunctioned. It's kind of glitching out right now.
And that could play a major factor as
Yes,
both
it
teams
could.
have to look at the shot clock. Looks like they're trying to fix it now.
And Althoff hits his first free throw of the night. 16 for him. A very quiet 16, but he has played a big part in this game. Ball tipped. Talcott gets the layup to go.
Just
Talcott wanted a goaltend, but he got it to go anyway.
Huge hustle play by Carter Althoff coming from the free throw line and tipping that ball to Talcott.
And then a feed inside for Feldkamp. And this is something you don't hear every day, but Feldkamp couldn't catch it. It went right through his hands.
True point there.
Althoff just about had it stolen. He stepped out of bounds. And in that situation, you got to call a timeout.
I agree. Well, the coaching staff can call a timeout too.
Yeah.
So somebody's got to take a little bit of ownership on that. and
Somebody
do it.
needs to call a timeout.
Right.
I should have yelled it. That's my fault.
You should have yelled timeout.
Roosevelt trying to get back into this one. They can do it with a three. This one is way too long and off the mark. And another foul. This one will be against Devricks. And Keegan, one of the team's better free throw shooters, is going to go to the line. Maybe. Yep, it will be Nate Keegan. Double bonus for the Lynx, so they will shoot 2 free throws automatically down the stretch. And the second free throw is no good. Lynx lead by 9. Large thought about getting the 3. Down the lane, layup is good by Devricks. Roosevelt needed that like they needed to breathe. It's a 7-point game. Keegan driving, reaching foul against Tucker West. Keegan will head back to the line.
There's a lot of reaching in going on. They're trying to strip
Yeah.
the ball. They need a turnover bad, but it's causing, I mean, you never want to put a team to the line and give them free points. That's why they call it a free throw.
Easiest shot in the world, hardest one to make.
Just like those field goals
Yeah.
for the Bears.
Oh, poor kid. I couldn't even make fun of the Bears for that one. That was because nobody's going to make fun of them. No Vikings fan should ever make fun of a team for missing a kick.
Exactly.
And there's a foul against Talcott. 16 foul for the Lynx, so after this next foul against the Lynx, Roosevelt will be in the bonus. And they will shoot 1-and-1s after this. Roosevelt led by 2 at halftime. And they now trail by 6 with 2 minutes to go. Big time 3 by Tucker Large.
And it looks like it's going to be a full timeout as both coaching staffs need to look at the next 2 minutes. What do we do? What do we do defensively as both teams are going to ramp it up in these next 2 minutes? And the team fouls right now. It looks like the Rough Riders with 10 and the Lynx with 6. And sometimes as a reffing crew, they're going to look. I'm not saying they're doing it on purpose, but they want those to even out a little bit. And you may see a couple fouls real quick here on Brandon Valley. I hope not.
Yeah. Well, the Lynx just up 9. They've missed a few free throws in this game, but a bucket here would loom large to get it back to a 3-possession game. This one has been tight almost the entire time. Then the Lynx pulled ahead, up by 9, and a big 3 from Large with 2 minutes left. And here we are at 58-52. Lynx trying to stay perfect here at home after winning on Friday in a blowout against the Brookings Bobcats. This has been nothing like a blowout at all.
Not even close. Great game.
And we've seen some good ones here on Lynx TV over the last couple of years. Double dribble turnover by the Lynx.
And you're going to see, even though it wasn't a foul, these refs want to even it out a little bit. And I'm telling you, that's kind of what refs do. It's nothing against them. They got a job to do, and they don't want it real lopsided.
Offensive foul. Not sure who it's against. That'll be it for Aiden Evans. That's his 5th foul. He's going to exit the game with 10 points. That was a huge foul.
It was.
I think Mitch Beckerman's going to come unglued for Roosevelt here.
Well, they're not going to call it a foul, it looks like. What are they going to call it? Because we would be at the line.
Not on an offensive one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They haven't changed the team fouls, have they?
It stays at 10.
Okay, I got you. Well, good job.
Thank you. I know what things are.
There you go.
Lynx are going to bleed some clock here. The 6-point lead. Hilton really wanted the 3. Terhark, nice feed to Talcott. Yes, sir! Beautiful feed from Terhark. He's done it all tonight. He's had a couple of nice dishes as well. Stolen. Jackson Hilton, Lynx lead by 8. We got a minute to go here. Talcott picked up his dribble. Well, maybe he didn't. Layup is good. And the Lynx have the biggest lead of the night with under a minute to play, and that should do it here from Brandon Valley High School.
10-point lead as defensively the Lynx in the last 4 minutes when the scoreboard started separating itself a little bit, their defense really showed. And the Lynx defense is really good, folks. Yeah, I know everybody really focuses on the offensive side of the ball, but defensively it's been tremendous tonight.
Can't say I was expecting this because the Lynx and the Riders were going at it hard most of the game, and the Lynx took advantage of some fouls, some ill-timed turnovers by Roosevelt. Tyler Feldkamp went quiet for most of the second half. They did a great job on him. Gavin Terhark's been great off the bench for the Lynx. Carter Althoff's had a great game.
I agree,
and like you said, Ken, they had Talcott settled down, and he's made some big shots here in the fourth quarter.
He needed to. He just composed himself. He's a great player, great shooter, but you've seen also that he's taking the ball to the hoop a little bit. The outside shot's not really falling for him tonight, so good shooters just got to go find the bucket.
Tucker Large picks up the dribble, then a 3 on a kick out is no good. Offensive rebound for Roosevelt, foul, and he can't get the bucket to go. Carson Devricks will go to the free throw line with 46 seconds to play.
I like this Carson Devricks. He is, well, he's a senior, but he's
brought it tonight.
In the second half, he's really brought it.
First free throw is good. He's got 13 tonight. Looking for number 14 to make it an 8-point game with under a minute to play. Missed it. Got his own rebound. Rejected by Terhark again. He's got at least 3 blocks tonight.
I'd put him at about 5.
You think so?
Yeah, I think, I mean, wow.
Devericks is going to be called for the foul, by the way.
He is a massive presence underneath.
Hilton at the free throw line. In and out. Oh for 2 for Hilton. Still a 9-point game. Inside feed to nobody. Feldkamp has gone cold.
He has, and I wonder if that's, it has to do with Hilton really locking down on him on defense.
Well, they definitely got in his head in the second half. 19 seconds left and another foul. This one will be, I think, against West. Or, against Tucker Large,
I just imagine how many scratches. Now, this is kind of weird, but how many scratches Keegan's
I can't imagine.
arms have on him, because they've been just clawing at it. And he buries the free throws.
Yeah. There you go. Keegan has had an awesome game. Large drives, can't get it to go. Rebound fought for, jump ball, and it will go to Brandon Valley, and they will dribble it out. Please don't foul. That'll do it. And a tight ball game all the way, and the Lynx pull away late in the fourth quarter, and they win it 64-53 over the Roosevelt Rough Riders. A big win for the Lynx.
4 in a row for your Lynx, as they're really stepping up their game in 11 AA.
And I think my game MVP is going to go to, we'll go with Carter Altoff, who made some big shots in the third and fourth quarter. Good job by him.
There's a lot of people we can give it to, but I think who made the biggest difference in the inside game, the inside defense from them driving, was Gavin Terhart. He really made a defensive presence. He gave him some offense too off the bench, and I just think he really showed that he can play for this Lynx team.
Thanks again to our sponsors, the Harry Buck team at Hague Realtors, Alliance Communication, the First National Bank, the Pizza Ranch, Brandon Community Foundation, the Brandon Valley Journal, Brandon Taco John's, McKinney Olson Insurance, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, Schoeneman Construction, and the Brandon Valley Booster Club. Once again, your final score, the Brandon Valley Lynx 64, Roosevelt Rough Riders 53. Thanks, everybody. We will see you back on Friday.
Have a good night.